Perfect.
The only ones for the job.
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too... It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it, with the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to...
Well, that's us for sure.
All I'm asking is for you to... If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well...
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what...
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. But the problem is...
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission...
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and besides, putting up a commission in any case, it...
Alright then, let's go! Paimon's starting to... Huh? We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as...
Hello there. You looking to buy something?
Oh, no, we're adventurers.
Ah, so you're here about that then. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village is practically...
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did...
I don't know. I really have no clue.
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound short. I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression. We just don't know the specifics. At least that's what everyone in the village...
Alright, specific society.
Young guy. In his early... I chat with him when I didn't have any customers.
Now that you've started talking about him...
But of course, everyone in... There aren't many young people like him nowadays.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, move...
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. Where can
It's the guests I hear.
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that...
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our...
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he would often take time to visit and whenever someone heads as the village chief, I owe him many thanks, helping villagers navigate.
Wow, he seems like such a nice and gentle But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll Well, Traveler, what do you think? Paimon thinks so too. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about... Wait. Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
His name, I'm loath to admit it, but...
Your brother?
There were 5 of them. The 5 sinners of the wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedderfolnir. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhyndaughtr is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedderfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
They were once people of great esteem in Khaenri'ah. Those who carried the hopes of the 6 of us together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, they shall never have my forgiveness. Indeed, if they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world. Of course, as I said, I never intended to hide anything from...
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time? Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up! Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the lake.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. But
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this. The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, just think of it as a way to divide and... I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety, and that of the Eye. That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say. But if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope. Father told me that once but in truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But, as more of it is completed, once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses, but it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the Loom in its semi-completed form. After all, its existence cost me my life. That. I was wrong. I just wanted them to feel like I once, as if I had a chance. I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What Chief Amadia, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. I was curious, so I selfishly... Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make... If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness. I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness, the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the... He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye. That's right, because in his mind... Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be... I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor in the face of everything they could be planning. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom. You remember my father, don't you? Clotar, after he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my Hilichurl form. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale. That story managed to dispel my fears. My goal was simple. To use the loom of fate in its near-completed form to implant a specific memory. In that memory, I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied. But now, the bedtime story.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years. The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential, before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose, however, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be. Or what. You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet, even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?